Serious time. It's time to show Brago what Zilean's capable of. Alright, so you typically want to do an EWQ max. There's basically two schools of thoughts. There's two schools of thought. You do Q max and build him as a poke support. I have found that that's not efficient. If you're going to play a poke support, you may as well play actual good poke supports. I found the way to really get the most out of Zilean's weird utility-based kit is to build him utility. So I build him E max, W max, Q max. So you kind of just get through laning phase. You don't really like have a huge emphasis on like poking people out because you just don't do a whole lot of damage. Are we doing a VOD with this match? We might. Mostly I'm just doing it because Brago is interested in learning Zilean. So for being a pure, honest person, you have to respect it, so therefore I respect you. Well, thank you very much. It does mean a lot. Wow, this is awkward. This, guess we're taking this way around. Is Zilean strong still? Zilean has never been, like, especially strong or weak. It kind of comes down to, the user, because Zilean is definitely not a champion that's like ever so meta that like even people that aren't good at Zilean are going to prosper with Zilean. You have to put a lot of time into this champion just because he has such a he's such a different champion from everything else. The way that he affects the game, the way that he has control over the game is very, very different. Whereas like other typically strong champions like Zyra, if you're a decent Zyra player, you can probably do okay on brand. Whereas like with Zilean, there's just no one to really compare him to. Like, no one else really plays like this guy. Okay, push for level 2. We're against a full AP. This guy's probably going to go full AP Maokai. Alright, missed that one. So if you as you can see, his poke is not very good. It's very skill shot reliant, so he really struggles against champions like Ezreal, Lucian, anyone that can dash away from the bomb because it's got a cast time. It doesn't do a ton of damage by itself. He doesn't have a lot of great matchups. And look at my mana bar; it's slowly dwindling away. Whereas if I had landed as many things with a Zyra or a Brand, the Twitch would probably have gone back by now. But you don't play Zilean for his laning phase. You play him because he is one of the hardest scaling support champions in the game. Probably the hardest scaling champion in the game. But he scales in ways that's different, and I'll walk you through that when we get there. We were landing a decent amount of bombs though. Got his potion. You also want to be very, very careful about poking people under tower, because even though the bomb doesn't do anything, it doesn't slow, it doesn't do any damage until it goes off, it still gives you turret aggro. But what doesn't give you turret aggro is your E. So you can walk up and E someone and it won't give you turret aggro. Your typical combos, you want to E, slow them, and then land the double bomb. I'm just going to slow this guy down so he can't trade with, follow up on the trade. We're going to exhaust him, see if we can get a kill. Alright, that's probably going to be everything we can get. Just auto. Auto. You're mostly just autoing and oh baby. Yeah. You really need to like learn to kite forward and kite backwards with autos with Zilean, because as you notice, like I threw like 2 bombs throughout the whole thing and I got like 14 autos off. Like, autoing is really a lot of all that you can do in early phase as Zilean. So you need to make the most of it. Alright, just shoving this to turret, and we want to go back. If you're going back with a gold amount like this, you want to get your tier. You want to get a tier. Think of Zilean as kind of like the Ezreal of supports. You don't get huge power spikes, even though I got a kill, and some supports would be like hella strong off of that. Get, you know, a damage item. You don't want to do that. You want to get a tier. Oh shit, I put a second point into Q. Bad habit, boys, bad habit. Well, that's fine. 2 points, but then we're going to still max our E. Hey, what's up, Counterbolt? Owo Thresh. Do you think birds are real? I would say birds are real, yeah. I've seen enough evidence. So the nice thing is when you're facing an immobile ADC like Twitch, once he uses his flash, you can walk up, E, QWQ, and he's probably going to die. Like, watch this. Okay, well, we didn't get it. We didn't get the E on him. He skittered off too quickly.
He got his tear power spike. Pog. You know you should just play Zil whenever you have a Ezreal on your team so you can scale together. Kappa not Kappa.
Yeah, when I'm playing Zilean, Ezreal, it's like the one time I'm okay with getting an Ezreal, because you both have kind of like the same mission. You just want to farm in lane, get your tier, scale up, reach that mid game, and just have an infinite pool of mana to work with. It's really, really important to have like a lot of mana to work with mid to late game of Zilean. And I'll show you why, because like you can like, oh man, you spam spellcast, like using like 20 spells a minute, and it doesn't put a dent in your mana. Zoning correctly. I think we got him. Easy. That slow is actually like so tilting for him. He wanted so badly to just jump on me. Alright, we're okay with leaving Jinx in lane. You don't typically roam a whole lot with Zilean, but you typically don't get a lot of kills in lane either, so you don't have a lot of opportunities to. His passive is bugged. There we go. Scared him off. We dodged the Urgot ulti there. Wow, I'm actually gonna make it out. Okay, I've got my ult, so I'm gonna try to go back in. If you guys would come to me, I could save you. Now I'm probably gonna have to use my ult on myself. Alright, not bad, not bad. Very, very sloppy team fight here. I have no idea what's going on. Gonna exhaust her. Wanna wait for our E to be back up. That's all we can do. We've given him as much time as possible to escape here. We're gone. This is going to be pushing to us. Okay. Nope. Actually, it's going to push to them. That sucks. Grab that. And then you want to start building some Spooky Ghost or Shirelias. So it's just all about stacking utility on top of each other. Always be using your spellcast on the way back to lane, because as you can see, it's not really putting a dent in me anymore. I can pretty much spam spells already. So boom, just keep stacking that tier on the way back to lane. Oh yeah, the slow is incredibly tilting. And it gets even worse. It gets up to 99% slow, which is basically just a stun. I misplayed that. Alright, got his flash. An important skill is to kind of build up a little bit of muscle memory when you're playing Zil, because your QWQ has to come out really, really fast. Like, this is how fast your QWQ should be coming out every time. Any slower than that is really, really bad. And that even wasn't a very good one. I'll try to get a faster one here. That is the ideal QWQ. That right there. That's as fast as it can come out. That was a good one too. Zilean versus Sona max build. Which support is better, assuming both supports position well? I would say I'd rather have a Zilean, honestly. I would say a Zilean is more capable of a hard carry. Sona's going to be really good late game to pump out all those like stat sponges that she gives. But I would say Zilean has more control over the game, late game. We can probably kill him here. I have to ult myself. Okay, we got the double. We're fine there. We still have flash as well. Just don't panic. Just don't panic. It's really easy to panic when you're playing a squishy champion and shit goes raw like that. But if you get practice with the champion and have a good understanding of him, like, I wasn't really ever in that much danger because I can flash the J4 ult and stuff. Can I get some kill? Sure, man. Don't panic. It's a very, very important thing to learn when you're playing this champion. Because if you panic and spaz out and have a bad ultimate, or, you know, miss an important bomb in a team fight, like, champion can be pretty rough to play, pretty punishing. You want to think of yourself as a chess master when you play this game. Do chess masters freak out? No. But honestly, the chess master thing really isn't that bad of a metaphor, allegory, or whatever that would be. Because when you get to late game, and I've talked about this a little bit before, like, there's no champion that has, like, a better control over the game. Like, the game truly becomes, like, a strategy game when you get to mid-late game with Zilean. Because, like, think about it. You get to decide, like, which one of your teammates lives and dies. You get to decide which enemy doesn't get to move, you know, 99% slow on them. You get to decide which of your teammates you speed up to 99%. You get to just, like, use your whole team as, like, your pieces. Like, in a team fight, I could, like, speed up Yorick, and he'll run, like, blisteringly fast into their backline, things like that. There's another stun. I've got ulti. I've got ult.
You should tell Jinx that you gave her the whole lane to practice last hitting. She should be better at it by now for kills. By the way, this is your anti-fun champion. Smiley face.
Hey, thanks for the bits, man. Appreciate it. Alright, I've got my spooky ghost, so I'm gonna go back. I'm going B. Don't die. Can't ult you from the fountain. Chess masters freaked out if they were playing against Bobby Fischer. Well, my enemy should freak out then, because I'm the Bobby Fischer of Zilean. And she died while I was in fountain. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alright, guys, so when you max your E, 99% speed up. Watch how fast Yasuo is. You basically get free engages. Now imagine if that's a Malphite. If you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. I want this to be like an educational Zilean game. Okay, just don't freak out when you're caught. It's fine. Don't freak out. Got 2 seconds on my E. We're gonna throw it right there. Zone them from coming out. Got 2 seconds on my E. I still have my flash. Got my exhaust, but I don't think I can go close enough to actually use it. bad. I projected her juke that way. Notice how I'm never putting myself in danger. I'm staying close enough to actually help my allies. Maybe bait out a couple skill shots, but never putting myself in danger. I'm not in any danger right now. It's not going to kill her. Oh my gosh. So close. That's called presence. It's called presence. Hey, we got an assist. Okay, so my guy's in danger. Speed him up. Not in danger anymore, is he? Yeah, the concept of presence is that even if like there's nothing in it for me, like obviously I'm not going to kill those guys. But like worse supports would just be like, "Oh, okay, I survived. It's time to go back to base and, you know, spend my money or whatever." But I stayed there for all of the fight, even when it didn't like directly include me. It's presence. I'm backing up my teammates. Do you always max E first with Zilean? Yes, I used to do Q max, but then I started playing him with a larger focus on like pure utility rather than just like damage. If you played Zilean as like just a raw damage champion, you're really not making the best use of him. And the nice thing about getting Spooky Ghosts and Shurelya's is that you don't have to use your E on yourself. So Zilean's typical engage is this. You land your E on your opponent. They basically are slowed to a crawl for 2.5 seconds. You get the double bomb on them, and then voila. Sometimes you have to use your E on yourself, which takes it away from you, and then you can't use your E on your enemy, and you're kind of just like trying to guess which way they go, like you saw with the Ahri. Like I just had to like guess which way she was going to juke. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got his flash. Oh no! Wow, they have all 4 people bot. Damn, I didn't see this Ahri come over here. But yeah, the nice thing about getting Shurelya's and Spooky Ghosts is that you can use them on enemies to slow them down, and then you don't have to use your E on yourself. That's so sad. I didn't really want to die this game. It's okay. Triple kill. Very nice. But if you guys have noticed, I've definitely reached the mid-game stage. I literally am not worried about my mana at all. It's nothing I even have to remotely think about. I couldn't spam spells fast enough to get rid of all of my mana. So I'm just like constantly stacking my tier. It's almost max. This is the point in the game where Zilean really, really starts shining. Close. Ooh, I juked right into it. Okay, so we're gonna Spooky Ghost her. And now we have a free setup for bombs. She ulted, that's fine. Easy. Alright, he's set up. Easy. Just don't panic. What I will recommend is that you really work on your APM, which is actions per minute. I genuinely think Zilean probably has the highest APM champion of any champ in the game when you get to late game. Because just that little simple exchange with Twitch right there. I pressed Alt-R to ult myself, E on the Twitch, Q to put the first bomb, W to reset, and Q to put the second bomb. Whereas most champions are like, oh, there's Twitch, boop, press R. You know what I mean? This champion does really require a high APM to play. Alright, we got our 2 speed items. We have Speedy Boy now. Is there ever a game where you actually want to die? No, not really. I'm a perfectionist, Kappa. Alright, I'm thinking this is probably game. We're going to Shurelya's try to speed up and save this Yasuo. He is literally running away from us. that ultimate's not going to go off. Run! Easy stun, easy game, easy life, boys. Alright, so that is how you play Zilean. Champion is insanely useful mid to late game. Don't try to play him useful in early game. Just play Zyra Brand if that's what you want to do. But if you want to scale into an insane Bobby Fischer style chess master in the mid to late game, get good at Zilean.